talking about the impact of executive orders on DEI programs within America. By me, Sabrina Moore. Imagine a senior in high school getting ready to apply for colleges. She comes from an underprivileged community, but has worked extremely hard. As a person of color, she may face prejudice from selection committees, but she feels reassured as DEI programs exist to ensure she receives the same opportunities as her white peers. Suddenly, her mom sees on the news that the president has signed an executive order to remove DEI programs within universities. Now her daughter doesn't have protections against bias when applying for college. This is happening across the country, and not only for people of color, but with many other underrepresented groups. It is important to know what the president's executive orders are, as well as how they affect our country. Today I will explain how Donald Trump's executive orders aiming to eliminate DEI programs have caused universities as well as states to remove DEI programs. I will start with explaining what DEI programs are, as well as what these executive orders are. Then I'll explain why these orders were put into place. And finally, I will explain the effects these orders have had on universities as well as states. Let's begin with some of the terms that I'll be using today. What are DEI programs? According to ABC News in January 2025, DEI stands for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. DEI initiatives aim to address and correct discriminatory practices within organizations. Examples include improving accessibility for people with disabilities, addressing gender pay gaps, expanding recruitment for underrepresented groups, and conducting anti-discrimination training. Diversity refers to the representation of various backgrounds across an organization, including race, gender, disability, religion, and more. Equity focuses on fairness, ensuring people are treated and compensated fairly. Inclusion centers on whether individuals feel like they belong, are heard, and are valued in an organization. According to the Hilltop in February 2025, President Donald Trump's administration issued an executive order to eliminate DEI programs in universities across the country, threatening to cut federal funding for institutions that maintain these initiatives. So Trump signed an executive order that aimed to get rid of DEI programs in universities. According to ABC News in January 2025, the White House believes that DEI creates and then amplifies prejudicial hostility and exacerbates interpersonal conflict. So now that you understand what Donald Trump's executive orders entail, as well as what DEI programs are, let's take a look at how this has affected universities. So universities have been removing DEI programs. Universities as well as states across the country have been pulling back on DEI programs after Donald Trump's executive orders. According to US News in February 2025, following Trump's recent executive orders, Rutgers University Center for Minority Serving Institutions canceled its HBCUs and registered apprenticeship mini-conference. And West Point removed clubs focused on gender, race, ethnicity, and sexuality, including the Asian Pacific Forum Club, the National Society of Black Engineers, and the Society of Women Engineers. Bloom suspects that many institutions will probably overcorrect because they're trying to avoid risk in a very uncertain and troubling environment for them. In response to the Dear Colleague letter, the letter prohibits the use of race in almost any decision regarding student and campus life. So, what are states doing then? According to Best Colleges in April 2025, there have been over 30 bills introduced targeting DEI programs in schools within the states. So far, 15 of them have been signed into law, including Florida, North Dakota, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Alabama, Idaho, West Virginia, North Carolina, Iowa, Wyoming, Arkansas, and Ohio. Next up, I will have a diagram of how that looks on a map. This means that 30 out of 50 states are attempting to remove DEI programs within schools, which is around 60% of our country, or the equivalent of 3 out of every 5 states are opposing DEI initiatives. This is the map where it shows which states have had anti-DEI bills that have been signed into law. So in conclusion, today I started by explaining what DEI programs are, as well as what Donald Trump's executive orders entail. Then I explained why those orders were put into place. Finally, I explained the effects those orders have had on states and universities across the country. Donald Trump's executive orders aiming to eliminate DEI programs have caused universities to remove these programs. This may lead to underprivileged youth being unable to attend college.